Recording in progress.
All right, everybody, let's get her going a little bit early. Friday, November the 12th of 2021. This is the TRC Telemarketing and Sales Training Call. And I know that a bunch of you have been kind enough to send me some recorded calls. And so let's take a peek at who's up first. Bear with me. It looks like Sativa. Looks like I think I got yours first. So I have muted everybody. So Sativa, just unmute yourself and we'll take your calls. Sativa, you have to unmute.
Yes, sir.
Okay, there you go, darling.
I'm unmuted.
Okay, good, cool. Here we go. All right, let me open these up and we'll get on here.
Hello? Hi, this is Sativa from Compass. I'm calling you because I saw your beautiful home online and noticed it didn't sell. So I'd like to send you some information that will help you sell it next time. May I do that? Yeah, you can sell it to me. I'm not actively recruiting anybody right now. Okay. Is your proper pronunciation Ho in the Wind? That is my name. Of your name? Correct. Okay. And your mailing address is 274 42nd Avenue, San Mateo, California? Yes, you can use that address. Yes, and this is concerning the property at 254 41st Street. Okay. It's Avenue. Okay. Street, oh, it is? Okay. It looks like a beautiful property. Why were you trying to sell it? I'm sorry, I'm not going to go into that detail right now. But okay. You send information, I'd be glad to look at it. Sure, not a problem. I understand. I'll mail out your package and follow up with you in about a week. Bye now. Thank you, ma'am. Bye-bye.
Okay, analyze it yourself. Tell me what you hear.
I hear some hesitation, and I was pushing her too hard in the beginning, I believe.
Yeah. Why were you pushing her? Why do you think you were pushing her?
Someone I had spoken to, and she was interested in selling. My goal, of course, is to get a package and to get Eli in front of her.
Yeah.
So that was my objective.
I mean, I don't know that I heard you pushing. It didn't feel like that. I think what you had here was a very high D, and like her language is very high D. You know, we're not recruiting anybody, right? So,
right.
I mean, that's, you know what I mean? I mean, I think you did fine.
Yeah. So
I don't feel that. I feel like you maybe were stumbling a little bit because she was high D, maybe.
Yeah, and she's in a category. I have some calls that are home flippers. And that was one of my questions I should have emailed you, is how to deal with these people, because they think they know everything and don't need an agent and do you just throw them in the trash?
Yeah, well, that's a great question. I mean, it comes back to this whole sense of avatar or ideal potential prospect, right? And that's, heady question, because you're the one that's making that decision in the moment. I mean, I don't like to wholesale category throw out these people, right? But when you get them, your alert can go up, and don't be afraid to be a little bit more aggressive with them. Just the way you can tell her she's, she's goofy. You know what I mean? Like, she's goofy. She's one of those kind of goofy know-it-alls, right? You can just, I'm not going to disclose that. Okay.
Yeah, and I didn't want to cross the line.
No, you didn't. That's why I thought that was good. Yeah. I think you didn't. Okay. I was trying to figure out. I thought it was great myself. Okay. I just trying to figure out why you were fumbling a little bit there. Great. I'll call you next week to get it. Why were you thrown off is, I guess, what I'm asking you, because you were fine. Technically and tactically, you were fine.
Yeah, because she didn't want to talk about it, and I know that she's a home flipper, and I wanted to get into more of the details.
How'd you know she was a home flipper?
In some notes.
Notes where?
I'll show you. I'll send it to you.
No, there was another. I'm saying when Eli came. What's the lead source for this person? It's expired.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So
Yes.
this is how great this know-it-all is doing. Just another home
Hmm.
flipper expired. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, talk about
Exactly.
musical chairs about to happen to all these knuckleheads that stay up too late watching infomercials and spending time going to Vegas, to learn from some fly-by-night company. It's what goes around. And quite frankly, I have zero interest in doing any business with those type of commercial thinkers. I want average
Okay.
Joe and Jane who own a median, priced house and above, especially, who appreciate that I actually have a real plan to guide them through the
Uh-huh.
process of selling their property, period. So I have a very
Okay.
strong sense that when we're talking to our team, what do we really want to do business with? Because really, you're right. You're right to bring this up, because what happens is, as you move down the line, what you're looking at is the inability to talk to these people. So we have two, high-end clients right now that we have to have this next conversation. And here's what's happened in the first 35. Here's what's happened in the first 65 with another one. And we've made some adjustments. And, we get closer and closer. But if they're know-it-alls like that, that's a sign of insecurity. You can hear it in her voice. She's extremely insecure. She doesn't even know why she doesn't want to reveal to you. She's a home flipper. What do you mean? Isn't this a hot potato at this point in time? I mean, if you're an
Correct.
investor and you realize that you're flipping and you've made some mistakes and you went to sell it and your profit margin was there and wasn't there, you're trying to sell it because you're trying to turn a profit, period. Right? I'm not recruiting somebody. Well, what? The language is already weird. It's already off. So you're right. But that's Eli's business
Okay.
decision. What you could do is you could continue to follow the formula. Wonderful. No problem. I'll send you out the information. I'll call you next week to make sure you get it. Talk then. Have a nice day.
Mhm.
So now all of a sudden this professional package shows up. It has properties, pictures, hey, knucklehead, you should have looked at what actually the money was buying. What did the buyer get for this money, right? So we're at least going to send that to you because you don't have it, right? While you're prancing around doing whatever you're doing, you're not selling your house. Here's the real stuff. Here's what really the money's buying. And that's really, that information in and of itself is insightful. Even without us adding our insight or getting there, it's insightful. If that doesn't move her or she comes back, and we had this recently, somebody in Boston, you sent me, this is a data dump. And it's like, oh, get over yourself for 5 minutes. We never said it was anything else. So clearly the reason properties aren't sold in the majority is the human who owns it is in the way, right? And that's why this question about why becomes such a big deal. Because if they don't have a real why, we should all be turning to them and saying, don't sell it. You're wasting your time. Because when you have a real why, you're going to be realistic about where the market's at. You're not going to be greedy. You're not going to be dumb. You're going to be realistic. And you're going to accept guidance from us. So that's a long-winded way to fortify you to deal with somebody like this, to figure out, can I solve them? Right? Maybe you are the one that can solve them. Then it's a real deal. So that's why I don't like to throw these away wholesale. Because what if you're so good? What if the system's so good that you're able to be the one who solves them? That's what this expired game is. And now we're going to start to open up the mastermind. Spent an enormous amount of time on probates yesterday, developing the precision of the formula for probates so that we have these. Well, now you're arriving at a phone call where the people that are calling into those people, a lot of them are quote unquote ambulance chaser, opportunists trying to buy wholesale because somebody's in trouble. They need quick cash or whatever. And you're going to arrive as this benevolent person. So you still might get the heir who's crazy and wants something delusional or is unreasonable. So in all these categories, Sativa, it's just a matter of whether you and the information can begin to soften them to see if they're solvable. Right? Like you can't walk through the door and say, you're the problem. But that's the truth with all of us. Even when I go to sell my own properties, it creeps in. Well, what if, right? What if I could? And we start counting the money that's not there reasonably until somebody comes along and guides us through the process. Right? So, but I don't think you were pushy at all. I just don't find you to have a pushy style. It's just like everybody else. You get thrown off when you feel that somebody's a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more short, and by the way, it's ironic, over the 21 years I've been doing this, you almost always are training for the high D ogre who's coming out from underneath the bridge. And that's why people get afraid to make phone calls, because it's like the ogre's going to pop up and eat me. You know what I mean? It's like a
I like
childhood.
the ogre.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like a childhood fear. You know what I mean? That you're like, why would anybody be afraid to make a phone call into somebody they don't know, if presuming that they have this benevolent gift of information that they truly do have? That was for me the one thing that I learned as a coach and as a doer of the thing that could be liberating. That there's no, the ogre might still snap and growl at us. Okay, well, it turns out you're an ogre and you just don't want the gift. No problem. We'll move on. Follow me? Yeah. So I think that's all this is about. It's an experiential moment for you, but we don't have to wholesale throw them out, which is, I think, what you're asking. See if they're solvable, but move swiftly through them if you don't think they are, because there are waste of Eli's, Tim. Eli and Desi and all of you, you're getting to the point of plenty, right? There are plenty of people that will accept help, organized, proper, curated, informational help. That starts that way. And then the meeting of insight, then the agent goes out, becomes logical, right? It's a logical conclusion that if I give you information that gives you a little bit of insight yourself as to what the money's buying, and I give you guidance organized as if I were you as a seller, I'd consider these things. I get that little ingratiated advantage over my competition, where now I could say, oh, by the way, if you really have a real why and your motivation is such that you're going to be a 9 to 10 pretty soon, what I can offer is the logical next step to have Eli come out and give you his insights about your personal property, because he can't see your neighbors. He can't see your location. He can't see what you've done into the interior or not done. He can't see any of that, right? So I think that becomes for you the logical, and anybody that wants to fight you too much on that. Now, again, I have to eliminate you with your help of you being the problem. If you don't read the script the right way, you've thrown away arrows in your quiver to win, right? You're hunting with your fist. I don't want you to do that. So that's why the trainability is like, please say precise on this, because that's what I've armed you with. We as a group have armed you with to protect yourself in the woods. But the minute you start to muscle through it, you will get killed and you will be the problem, not them. So you did a good job on the training, right? A good job. And when she collided into you, you could feel how firm that foundation is. You didn't lose your way, really. You just got thrown off a little bit, not a lot of it. And that's that foundational, like, right? They're colliding in with this spastic, well, I'm not going to tell you that. I'm not recruiting people. That's what they're doing. They're trying to collide into you and disrupt it with their unknowing in most cases. They're unconscious about the tantrum they're throwing on you. And that's why you just stay rooted in that nice foundation will keep you there, so that you have eliminated you as the problem. You have determined whether she's prospectable and worth it. Even if you prospect her, you still might turn to Desi and say, yeah, I got this one to say yes. But just going to put in the notes, she's a little bit aggressive and wouldn't answer questions. So she's a little hostile, right? Then if they want to make a different business decision, you've done the job. See, because I think you did the job there, right? And the job is done at that moment in time until next week. But you see how logical it was? Even though she was colliding into you, she doesn't blow you off. She's like, send it. Because, she knows deep down inside when she looks at the mirror, shit, I still own this property. I was supposed to flip, right?
Yeah, she needs help.
Yeah.
Is what I wanted to tell her. You need help.
Well,
let me help you.
At some point in time, don't be afraid to say that. If you think you're on the verge of maybe if I could just slap this person upside the head, right? And tell them, look, I hear you. Look, I hear you. You want to get off the phone with me. But I'm just telling you, you need this information to help you. Do you want it or not? It's not, you know what I mean? Don't be afraid to go there from time to time as your expertise elevates. Don't be afraid, right? Sometimes you have to lean in. When I always use this analogy. Imagine you're a nurse and you're sitting here and you have your nurse's bag because you're off duty, but your nurse's bag, you bring home all these things that you can use to save a life, right? And a little plane crashes outside in your backyard. You grab your nurse's bag and you run out there, and the first person you run up to is this big burly football player, and you say, may I help you? Get away from me. What are you talking about? Can you help me? I just fell out of the sky. You don't turn tail and run back into the house. You just go to the next person who says, thank God you showed up. Yes, please help me, right? And that's really what you're doing here, is that you can't help every victim of the crash, right? You can't. But there are so many of them. If you learn to, all right, it's not going to work. Well, hey, dum-dum, I'm going to leave you the bandage. So if you change your mind, but I'm going to go help that person who's going to let me actually bandage them up, right? I think that's what we're doing here to find them. And very quickly in this industry, you find a lot of people who really are willing to accept the help. And those are the real prospects. Those are the avatar. The essence of avatar, AKA ideal prospect, is somebody willing to at least accept the information and possibly the insightful meeting. Right? It's a willingness that's foundational to true avatar. Cool? Yeah, good one. As much as there wasn't a lot said, it opens up that whole can of worms for you that give you the confidence. I mean, look, you're alone in these moments. And so to stay to that training like you did and be empowered, but leave a note that says, hey, Des, the package is going out, but this is sort of a prospect minus at the moment. Until I can crack her. Maybe we're going to really need this, information to get there and see if it cracks her. Okay? Here's your next one. Let's listen.
Hello. Hi. Hey, this is Sativa with Compass. I'm calling you because I saw your beautiful home. I'm sorry? Yes. Is it Kay? More? Yes. My name's Sativa. And I'm calling from Compass.
Keep moving through these moments, right? This is what I said. Like, if begin to determine whether or not you need to rewind. Okay, subtle, but you're getting so good at this so quickly. I just want you to listen to that moment and say, do I really need to rewind and go back this? Because what this does is, if you didn't need to, you're now the cause of confusion, right? If they say, huh, who? And it's really like they interrupt you. Who did you say? Then you go back, rewind, and slow it down. It's Sativa from Compass, but don't stop. Don't stop. You're rewinding and then getting the whole line out. So don't give these pregnant pauses, because the reason for the one breath intro is to give them a proper introduction over the phone. Sativa, this is Danny Griffin calling from Griffin Realty Group. The reason I'm calling you is, Sativa, this is Danny Griffin calling from Griffin Realty Group, and I'm calling you because I saw your beautiful house, right? It's almost artificially slow and articulate. But if there's a language gap, or they're an age gap and they can't hear too well, or they're in a chaotic situation and you caught them off guard, slow it down artificially slow. It almost sounds patronizing and annoying, but it's effective, right? Just keep don't sound snarky, just sound slower. Right? Because as you can hear in this call, it's getting right? And if there's in a confused mind on the other end, will do nothing. They won't say the rhetorical yes. They might even hang up. We might leave them, worse off than we found them. So let's listen to where it goes.
Compass? I'm calling you because...
Go. See, go right there.
I'm calling you because I saw your beautiful home online and that it didn't sell. So I'd like to send you some information that will help you sell next time. May I do that? Oh, you are the realtor. Realtor? Yes, you own the property at 3721.
Good. That's what I mean. Good.
Did you call before a couple weeks ago, and you want to come? You have a client that are interested in fourplex somewhere in the Bay Area. No, that wasn't me. Oh, wasn't me? No. Oh.
Go right back to your value proposition. This is a differentiation moment. No, that wasn't me. I'm just somebody who wants to sell you, send you some information that will sell it to any buyer, not just one. See, because you know what's happened to her. She's gotten the BS call from somebody else. Oh, I have a buyer for a fourplex. No, you don't, you liar. Unless there is the rare occasion that somebody actually has a buyer, but most real estate agents that are calling don't have one. So just go right back to your value proposition.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. No, I would like to mail you a list of properties with pictures and details that sold in your price range while you were on the market. I'm also including a copy of our 7-step seller plan.
May I send that? Take control.
Can I maybe talk to you later? I'm kind of Sure. Would you like me to call you back? Yeah, would you please? In about a week? Sure, about a week.
Okay, it stopped on its own. But tell me what happened here at the end.
She agreed to take the
Good.
package.
That's all she should have done.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah,
no problem. I'll send
and
you the package. Yeah.
I verified the address when I was speaking to her because it was a different mailing and business address. So I was just trying to close it,
Good,
get a
because
package.
what did I say? She sounds solvable, right?
Yes.
And the piranha are nipping at her heels with BS offers.
Correct.
And you got the real thing going. So here you go,
Correct.
nurse. Here's your moment, right?
Correct.
Good job. Yeah, this is good for you.
Okay.
Yeah, this is good for you.
Okay.
You're very good and calm. It's just that don't be afraid to take control. It's now this intuitive moment for you already. Just keep talking slowly though, but authoritatively. Don't lose your positioning here. This is good though. Both of these. Very good.
Okay.
Bravo.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, good calls to analyze. Keep them coming like that. And look for situations that are similar so we can juxtapose one against the next, right?
Yeah, I have some good some follow-ups I got today that I'll send you for next week.
Awesome. Super. All right, Angeli. Yeah, I don't know what's happening with Angeli. Hasn't been here.
Hi, Danny. Yeah.
Angeli.
Hi.
Let me just see this. Let's see if Wendell sent it right this time. Hang on one second.
Wendell messaged me that you and Josh were listening to my calls for expired. That's why he didn't really thought of sending a new one.
No, that's not right. That's not right.
Oh.
Wendell's supposed to send me stuff each week, okay? So there's a whole bunch of them here. I'm just going to pick one that is the most recent. It's just a whole bunch came. Benjamin Clapper. Let's listen to this one. Let's see if they can open
sure.
this. Yeah, he's just sending me this whole Dropbox of stuff. Just tell me, I don't want a whole Dropbox of stuff. I just want a couple, okay?
All right.
Here we go.
Hello? Hi, I'm calling for Yurisa. Hello?
Wrong number.
Hi, Benjamin.
Who is this?
Oh, hi. My name is Jordan. I'm calling from Jag Realty Group with DXC Realty, Benjamin. And I am calling because I saw your beautiful home online and noticed you didn't sell. And so that I'd like to send you some information that would help you sell it next time. Can you do that?
No thanks. I'm an agent also.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
All right, never mind. An agent. Let's see. Do you keep talking to him?
You're a realtor, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for your time, Benjamin.
Good. See you later. Next, you can't help him. Good. Let's go another one. I got a couple here.
Hello? Hi. It's Chatty? Yeah? Oh, hi, Chatty. My name is Jordan. I'm calling from Jag Realty Group with DXC Realty. And hi. Well, yes, I am calling because I saw your beautiful home online and noticed you didn't sell. So I'd like to send you some information that would help you sell it the next time. May I do that?
I have a real estate person ready to list it. Okay?
Oh, you have already listed it? Relisted it?
Yeah, we're going to get it relisted this week.
Okay. So another one. Good. These are effective, Angeli, because you're finding out that there's no prospect there, right? So there's nothing wrong with this. And I think you're doing fine working through the script. So let's listen to another one.
All right.
Hi, Dennis? Dennis?
No, it's not. Wrong number. Sorry.
Oh, I'm calling for Dennis Rawak.
Yeah, number change. This is
Okay. That's no good. Will you tell Wendell to send me some real calls, right? I got this.
Yeah, I don't actually have real
Yeah.
calls as of this time because, as I've mentioned to you before, I usually got wrong numbers, and if I get the right one, it's realistic.
Yeah, it doesn't sound right to me.
Yeah.
You need to talk to Josh immediately about. Did you have the same issue this week too?
Yeah, I already spoke with him regarding this. Like 80% of of the leads are wrong number. That
80%? 80?
yeah,
Oh, wait,
yeah.
you gotta find
Most of
out.
the people I speak
Oh, you
with,
got to find out what he's using. That's not good.
yeah, that's what I, that's the best I can get.
Okay. All right. Well, hey, let's leave it at this. You sound great.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're off to a good start. Let's get you some real leads, though. What good is that?
Yeah.
Right? You need some real
Uh-huh.
leads. All right, good. Well, tell him, that I want to know why. Okay.
Okay, I'll tell him.
Good. All right. Cicely. Do I have that right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
How you doing?
Great.
Good. Welcome.
Thank you.
All right, here we go. Let's see what we got from you. Let me see. I've got to download these. Hang on. Okay.
Hello, this is Ann Imperial. Hi, Ann. This is Cicely. I'm calling from the Stillwell Group at REMAX Realtors. I was calling because we saw that you were searching on one of our home search sites for homes, and we were wondering if you want to move in the next 6 to 12 months, or were you just browsing?
More or less browsing, really.
Okay.
Yeah.
At some point in time,
Yeah.
do you think that you will be looking to move?
Okay, I'm gonna stop this one. He gave you that in a script?
Yes.
Wow, that's ugly. That's ugly. I love you, but that's ugly. So we'll talk about that. Are these all the same?
Well, at the end of that one, just to go forward with that script,
Yeah.
it ended up being that her son was looking, and
Yeah.
that's why I asked that question.
Yeah, but there's no service here. I mean, I get it. This is too high D for me. I don't know, man. I mean, I guess you got to use something like that if you're going through a bunch of crap, maybe. But that's me.
So that's basically what it's sync leads to any. They're not contacted buyers, so that's why we're trying to figure out and weed through the weeds.
Well, Lee, let's do that with the weedy ones, but let's try something different up front for the newbies. I mean, you're still getting newbies, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's talk this week. Maybe Lee, I think we probably need a meeting with you and your whole team just to get some feedback on, what they're experiencing, so that we tighten this up, and that we I know what you're doing, Lee. That's why I just said what I said. You're trying to deal with the past. So I don't have a problem if that's the script for the past, because you don't want to waste time. But it's the new stuff that I think we're all going to have to go into this new world of competing for these internet buyer leads in a better service-oriented way. And when they're brand new, just softer, right? Softer.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's have I think we might need an extra time beyond our one-on-one. Let's just get all your telemarketers and I want to hear from them what their experience is with this. But this is good. It's good to hear this, right? So
so just so you know too, Cicely's basically, I put her in charge of the commissioning. Doug's doing some buy-side calls too.
Yeah, good.
But she's been doing the majority of the work with that. So
okay, good.
The buyer script I still think that we need to tighten up our buyer script. That's why I have her using the sync buyer script.
Yeah. If that's the sync buyer script, woo, man, I want to pick a fight with anybody that's sending people on the phone like that. I'm gonna win that fight.
Yeah.
I'm gonna win that fight every day.
I think I might have an expired one on there. The third one might be expired.
Okay.
Listing.
All right. Cool.
By Anwar, I believe. Or one of the two. Melvin, I believe.
Okay, hang on. That's good. Let's go there. Let's open you back up.
See, I had your back, Cicely. I took the heat.
You did. I was thinking, did I say the script?
Oh, listen, I wasn't going to come after you.
He's gotten on me for that.
I know he's away. I thought we caught him at the pool, but look at he's diligent. He's here. I got to give it to him. He's in here.
Right.
He's in
I
here.
thought I got set up for a moment.
Yeah, that wouldn't be beyond
Because he always
him.
gets on me about my script.
No, script's on me first, not even him. That's on me. I got to deal with this. So that's why I'm asking for a meeting, because I get what he's doing. I get what he's doing. There is, and let me just say this. there is a difference when you're trying to clean up having paid. Look, Lee's highest fear in life is being taken advantage of. Typical high D, right? That's number one. And that includes himself. So what he's done is he's paid for internet leads and he wants to speed through them to find out, is there any life? And that's fine for the sins of the past. It's not fine going forward for you, because as we get you into a service mode, we need a script that matches the service mode that is this thing that's been winning on the expired side, right? Is that, you know, hey, it's Cicely from Stillwell Group. The reason I'm calling is because I saw that you came on our website looking to get access to properties for sale in Bethesda from $1 million to $2 million. It looks like you're looking for 3 to 4 bedrooms. May I change that criteria or add anything to it? Is that right? See, because you made an offer to give them access to something. Where's the fulfillment moment, right? Where's the service moment? Because anybody can do that. Anybody can go buy a platform and jam people into it and then take. But that's not what these people need. We just exemplified that with the calls that Sativa made. It's about that service moment. So you see what's missing here? That service moment. So with the newer leads that are coming in, look at, he still buys. Sonia, a couple other people still buy way too many leads up front. And so what we're doing is we're adjusting the script to deal with a marketing mistake, a business choice mistake for too many. When we don't set you up, you do get set up, but you get set up by the sins of this industry that believes in this gluttony of leads that are really mostly whimsical internet inquiries. So he's making you adjust to that issue. Whereas what's better, slow it down, get fewer of them, test the service beat on the buyers first, then go into asking the questions. You were way prettier than that. That's just ugly. With a capital, everything, right? Because when I say ugly, because we got so used to serving and it's working and people appreciate that. And they're more likely to open up that flower and tell you their real reason. Well, gee, you know, once that is done, wonderful. I'll make those critique and I'll check in with you next week to make sure they've been coming in correctly. By the way, while I have you, why were you thinking about buying a property? See, but you've fulfilled first, right? So what you've done is you've turned on the law of reciprocity so that now they're more likely to answer the question, right? And be truthful. Well, you know, it's not me, it's my son. Oh, so is he receiving these emails from us too? Or are you forwarding them? Because what I'd like to do, go back to fulfillment, I'd like to add him in so he gets them. And by the way, what makes our stuff unique is we'll add in some sold properties so he can see what the money's buying. Wink, wink, wink. We learned that on the expired side or any buyer open house side. Sold properties tell you the true story of what's happening in that micro market that you're looking at. So we're in such a damn rush that we forget to do something that's really of service. Because as you do that, guess what you're doing? You're being different from every other knucklehead that's picking on phone. What are you doing? Are you real? Or you know what I mean? We sound like a bunch of meat sticks, right? We don't want to be that. We want to be gentle. We want to be of service because that's the only way to genuinely differentiate ourselves, right? Okay. I mean, it's a philosophy here. People don't have to buy into it, but I'm going to tell you, it changed my life. I always felt it, and I didn't like this stuff. Now when I hear it, it's like someone scratching on a chalkboard. It's like, oh, are we really treating people like this? But I get why he's doing it, and I give it a pass if it's because of sins of the past. But those sins need to be fixed today so that going forward, we don't do that to you, right?
Yes, sir. Okay.
Cool. Does that all make sense?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, cool. All right. Here we go. Melvin, you said, right?
Hi, this is Melvin.
Yes.
Hi, Melvin. My name is Cicely. I'm calling from the Stillwell Group at Remax Realtors in Potomac, Maryland. I'm calling because we saw your home online. We saw that it didn't sell last time. We wanted to see some information to help you sell it next time. Did we do that?
No, I think I'm okay. I appreciate the help.
Okay.
Yeah,
can I ask you why did you decide to take it off the market?
There were some issues in the base. They found asbestos tile in the basement.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
do you need someone to help you get that fixed?
No. I already have a contractor.
You do?
Just need to come up with $4,000.
Okay. Well, if you want to shop around for different contractors for that, definitely let us know. We can help you out with that as well. And when you're ready to sell, we can also help you with that as well.
Okay.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
Okay, this is
Thank
just experiential, right? I like what
Okay.
you did. I like it. That's why I let it go a little bit longer. I like it. I like that you're scrappy. Don't drop the words though that I train you on. You dropped the word beautiful. Okay.
Oh,
I saw
I
you.
did.
Yeah, you dropped that. And I'll tell you why I think
Yeah.
it's important. It's complementary, right? It's
Yes.
complementary. And that triggers a law. See, here's the balance between, knowing that people, as much as we want to be nice to them, we also know that they're working based off of human triggers, that there are certain laws of behavior that are at play here that we want to use benevolently. And we know that the law of likability, if you want to do the homework, go listen to or read Robert Cialdini's book, Influence. Okay. Cialdini is spelled Cialdini. Okay. Cialdini talks about these laws, and the laws are all built into the script. So the law of likability is you can't compliment this guy because you don't know him. Hey man, you're good looking, right? You get me? But you can compliment him through his property. And it doesn't matter what kind of property it is, because when I go out, I genuinely believe that. You can show me the ugliest teardown that I've ever seen. I'm going to find the beauty in the opportunity. You hear me? Right?
Yes.
I am optimistic about real estate when I go out. And I'll guarantee you, Lee is the same. So the idea is, I saw your beautiful house online. I noticed it didn't sell. Well, what are you talking about? We have asbestos. Yeah, but it's still got great opportunity. Great, for the next person, it's a super opportunity. And that's experiential. You'll have to really believe that. So look at these properties, look them up on MLS and see them and think and talk to Lee. What's great about this ugly duckling? What's great about this shiny one, right? And start to believe it authentically for yourself so that when you use the word, because I've had some people say, well, I don't talk like that. Well, hello, folks. You're not here to talk the way you talk. You're here to be trainable in the way that we talk. That's the whole buy-in here, right? And that's the whole trainability. So, and I'm not chastising you. I'm just saying we gave a lot of thought to one word. How about that, right?
Okay.
So use
Yes,
it.
sir.
Yeah, use it because
Hey, Doug, if you're listening to our conversation earlier, that was my point earlier.
yeah, there's no.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, this is the way we do it here, folks. This is McDonald's of real estate, right? We're trying as a group, and it's not some pontification by me. I don't need to be right every day. I want to be better. There's a difference, right? I'm listening to the consumers that are talking to you all saying, hey, Lee, Gail, Mastermind members, did we come up with the right plan? Is it working in the real world through these people? But if you become the problem in between us and the consumer, that's why we do these calls, to make sure you're not the problem for yourselves and subsequently us, and that you're giving the consumer the best experience. So all the subtleties matter. That's why we say you'd be better off. You should see what we did yesterday. Lee, what do you think we spent on that probate script? 90 minutes, right?
Yep.
I mean, and we only go through the first beat, right? Cicely, the first beat, one page like this long, and we were just like grinding and thinking, and like this mastermind group that goes to work every Thursday and sweats. It's the subtleties that make it different, so that when it arrives in your hands, we think theoretically we've set you up for success. But training, and that's why I'm spending the time explaining it here. We spend that kind of time. Don't cheat us, right? Don't let your fears, your anxieties, your past, don't let them get in the way. The number one criteria for everybody in this group, be trainable. That means read it specifically. This is not just for you. This is for everybody, right? Because
also everyone on my team, listen. Don't step on top of people when they're speaking.
Yeah.
Listen to what they're saying.
Yeah, agreed. Hey, Lee, speaking about your team, Doug sent an email, but there's nothing attached. So I'll move on to the next one. If you get me, we'll go there. Catalina, you're up. Catalina. Okay, here we go. Let's see. I got to download these.
Just so you know, she's out at work, so she might
I'm here.
might not be able to talk. Oh, she is.
Awesome. Here we go, Catalina. Oh.
Hello?
Here.
Yes.
I'm here.
Can I speak with Aviva?
Nervous.
I want to listen to myself. Hello?
Can't hear anything.
Yeah. Let me see what happened here. Hang on. Let me try this again. It sounded like it started and then it stopped.
Yeah, I just forwarded you Doug's calls too.
Okay. Shoot. What happened here? Let me try it again. Hang on.
Hello? Yes. Can I speak with Aviva, please?
Yeah, there's a weird delay here, but I can't tell. Doesn't look like it's stopping. Is she going to get somebody?
I don't know what happened with that.
Well, hold on. It's like she went to get somebody. Okay. Well, then it's a bad recording. Let me move on to the next one. See if I can have one.
This is Russell.
Yes.
How can I help you?
Yes. Can I
Hello?
speak with? Yes. I'm sorry. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Can I speak with David Norley?
You guys are ridiculous. I don't know who you guys work for, but you need to stop calling about this name David Norley guy.
Yeah.
Okay?
All right, bad info. Okay, so we don't have good calls for you to listen to. So next time, let's try to get some better ones. Unfortunately,
Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, not much I can do if I can't hear somebody, right?
Right.
All right, Doug, here's some for you. Let's go.
Hello.
Yes, hi. Is Sonia there, please?
This is.
Yeah, hi. This is Doug Wiseman. Good evening. I'm with the Stillwell Group Remax, and the reason I was calling is because I saw your beautiful home online, and I noticed that it didn't sell, and so I'd like to send you something that will help you sell it next time. May I do that?
Well, I'm sorry. What house?
On our database, it shows 2135 Primmett Drive in Falls Church.
I sold that in June.
Oh,
I
there
sold
was
it
not.
to I sold it to one of those firms that basically buys up houses, dilapidated houses.
Right.
Okay, next. Yeah, just the same thing. Just a couple subtleties. Lose the word database. It's just kind of ugly. You know,
Okay.
you don't need to say that. It's less personal. And then really emphasize.
Yeah, Doug, I just want to say something to you. When you do that again, like I was saying earlier, that just confuses the person. So just read the address.
Yeah.
You know, the house is okay.
Yeah, and the other thing.
You don't need to go into our database. Tomorrow's Tuesday, all that crap.
Yeah. And the other thing is the word information becomes very important to the systematic approach here, because the two steps I want everybody landing on, and this would be the same for agents, I want you to land on the word information. I'd like to send you some information that will help you sell it the next time. Not, I'd like to send you something. I'd like to send you some information that will help you sell it the next time. Well, what are you sending?
Yes.
Well, the information I'm sending you, you don't have to repeat the word, but I'm sending you a fistful of properties that sold around you, straight from the MLS, complete with the pictures and the details, so you see what the money was buying. And I'm also going to slip in a copy of the Stillwell 7-step plan, so that you have that too, right? Boom. But it's the information, because the next logical step up, like I was telling Sativa, is the word insight. So we start to get into this alliteration: information, insight, information, insight, information, insight. And we're walking a set of stairs that it's logical for that person if they walk with us, right?
Gotcha.
Let's try another one. But it's much better. Much better.
Yes, hello. Is Gurpreet there, please?
This is me.
Yeah, hi. This is Doug Wiseman. I'm with the Stillwell Group Remax, and the reason I was calling is because I saw your home online and noticed that it didn't sell, and so I wanted to send you something to help you sell it next time. May I do that?
I'm not really interested at this moment to relist it.
Okay. What are your plans for that?
I'm going to wait for a few months and check back in at that time.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this. We do have some information for you for your situation. And it says GP.
All right, hold on. It was really good up until this point. Why do you get confused? I mean, he's got 2 months to go before he does this, and you have, here we go again, information. Well, wonderful. That's not too long from now. I'm happy to send this information out. And you can get into it. There's 5 or 6 properties that sold around you when you're on there in our plan. It's free, and we think it'll help you in 2 months. May I do it? You know what I mean? Don't get confused.
Yes, sir.
Like, you have to get attached to what your value proposition is. It's the same thing I was saying to Sativa. Go right to your value proposition. Your value proposition, and this is why I'm emphasizing this. The information package is your value proposition. And and the quick answer is, did your plans change? And I think that what you guys could do is when you do a meeting or whatever, there is a list of objections, and Lee's the one that calls out for all these things. And, that's one of the quick quips. Did your plans change? Right? Or when are you going to relist it? Just something easy. Don't get all fumbly and stumbly. You're in a conversation here and just think intuitively. Oh, did your plans change? When are you going to do it? And you get it out. It comes out and you get what you want. When is he going to do something? But you got to close him for the delivery of the information. Let me see where it ends.
Saying SINGH99@gmail.com. Is that your right address, your email address?
It is.
So I can send you something.
Okay, go ahead and send it to me.
Yeah, why? Why that though? Why that? Why digital? Why digital? When this package of information arrives digitally, it's a cluster. And we eliminate the opportunity to change the relationship physically. We miss the Amazon fulfillment moment, right? We miss the gift feeling. We don't trigger that law of reciprocity as well as when, like emails, they get lost every minute, right? Every second of every day, emails get buried. Spam this, spam that. Whereas a package that comes to this guy's door does not. So this isn't the system as far as I'm concerned. That's not it. Because now what this leaves is what? A digital moment and a lack of clarity. So now here we go. More bloated database. All right. I got to move on, Lee. Those are good, though. Let me keep going here. Carla, you're up.
Hi, Danny.
Hi, darling. Here we go.
Here. Hello, Leo?
Leo speaking.
Hi, Leo. This is Carla. I'm calling from Remax Champions. I was calling you because I saw your beautiful home online. I noticed that it didn't sell, so I'd like to send you out some information that will help you sell it next time. May I do that for you on Green Tree Road in Upland?
Well, we're gonna hold on for this year. We're not gonna put it for sale this year again. It's gonna be sometime next year. I don't know exactly when, maybe like next summer or so. But right now we're not.
Okay, no problem. And by the way, it does look like a beautiful property. Why were you trying to sell it?
I was trying to move to San Diego.
Okay, so is that still in plans in the future for next year some point?
Yes, it is.
Okay, well let me do this then. I will check back with you after the first of the year to see when you were thinking of, in the next, by then, if it's springtime or whatnot, I can follow up with you. But I'll check back with you after the holidays. Does that sound good?
That'll work.
Okay, all right, Leo, I will check back.
Okay, same thing. We miss an opportunity to get information in his hands and set up a new relationship. So tell me why not? Because it sounds like he has a decent why, right?
Yeah.
To me, this feels a little bit more rushed than you have been with others. So what's your self-critique on this?
Yes, that's exactly why I sent it. I felt it was a little rushed in the beginning, and I should have asked why, more of the why, and I didn't say the motivation, the 1 through 10. What's your
Yeah, because
motivation?
you're rushing. Well, you're rushing to get.
Right.
You're rushing.
I agree.
You're rushing to get through the first beat, which is, becoming a bigger and bigger no-no in these groups, because it's like, we don't want you to bloat our database, right? So we'd rather you slow down and said, well, look, what this information is 5 or 6 properties that sold while you're in the market, and our plan to help it get sold, because really June's not that far away. So would you like me to send it to you? It's okay to express if there's sort of, because what they're doing is they're reacting to the fact that you might be multiple people calling, right? And they're lumping you. That's what the brain does when it doesn't want to burn calories. It lumps us up into the everybody's. So by slowing it down and really being attached to this information package and its benefit to these people, I think you could have probably articulated to him better what the value of this package was now, because June's not that far, right?
Right.
Say, oh, did your plans changed? But you rushed to, well, why were you selling in the first place? Which was good. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, but your self-analysis that you sent me is like, what could I have done differently? Slowed down and stuck to the plan, I think, right?
Yes.
Because,
no, I agree. That's why I sent you this one specifically.
Well, because now here's the problem. Whether it's Doug sending it digitally and it gets buried, or whether it's you not sending it at all and I'll call you back some nebulous time, we don't want that in this group anymore. We've elevated ourselves to a much higher standard. And the standard is a non-bloated database of real prospects who actually have received the information, wanted to receive the information, have a real reason to sell inside, and motivation to sell inside the next 12 months. I think maybe as you all deal with your team lead, if they're beyond that time, to possibly just leave them in some big bucket and have your owner decide what they're going to do with them. I don't really want them, because I'm not great yet, like impeccably great at inside of 12 months. I know that inside my system, Carla, I have $200 million worth of potential business that I need to focus on what's wrong right there. I don't need another 400 million of someday, right? See,
right.
We could create so many more successful people if we would slow everything down and be precise with fewer people first. Evolution and growth of a business comes first by fundamentally being really rock solid at the cornerstone. And we're hearing today too many nebulous endings, right? We want to give you permission to grind a little bit more, to slow down a little bit more, to make sure they really want, number one, they understand the benefit of what this information is. See, the information, I mean, the first beat is winning. You can hear it almost every week. It's winning. It's buying time. It's devised to buy time on the phone so that you all don't hear click, right? Because you're saying something differently. You're saying something interesting. You're saying something that has a what's in it for them. This is why when Cicely's script was like, there's nothing in it for them. Now you become just one of the many telemarketers just trying to take, right? We don't need to do that.
Yep.
It's winning. You won time here. And he appreciates the way you're talking to him. But for some odd reason, you started to rush again, right?
Yes.
And the worst thing you can do, any of you, is land on an ending where I'm not so sure where I go with this guy next. You might think you are. Well, he said I would call him back after the holidays. To do what? To get the same package out that you just could have sent now?
Right.
Say, look, I know it's June, but I think what you should do is get a copy of this package. It's got 5 or 6 properties in it that sold around you. It's got our 7-step plan so you can look out how to be properly prepared this time and get it done. Because that takes some time, and June's not that far away. It'll be here before you know it. May I send it? It's free. It's no obligation. You can sell him on it if you think he's going to have a real reason. Don't be afraid to be aggressive in the articulation of your value proposition, but not if he doesn't have a real reason. Move on, right?
Right.
So there you go. Good call, though. I mean,
Yeah.
you know,
Thank you.
again, yeah, just
No,
is
I
it-
like what you told me. I just wrote it all down.
well,
I'm going
just
to make
so
sure to do it
it's
next
just
time.
so uncanny in a strange way. Why all of a sudden we rush? You know, there's the human discretion.
Right.
There's the human moment. That's the human drama of how we become the problem of creating a nebulous database. I mean, you got a good deal there, but you didn't set the next call up to be so easy. Oh, did you get the pick? I'll call you next week just to make you out the package. I know it's out there. It's important you get it, so we set it up for the next 6 months, right? Then when you get
Yep.
it, did you get it?
Yeah.
Hey, good. I'm going to digitize everything that's in the package, but because you're way out, I'll call you next month, right? Follow?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I got a lot of
I
calls.
do
I got to
follow.
keep
Thank
going.
you.
Good job. Brandy, here we go.
Well,
Hi, may I speak with Kate?
who's this?
This is Brandy with Compass. How are you doing?
Keep going.
Good.
Keep
How
going.
can I help you?
Yeah, keep going.
Yes, I'm just calling because I saw your beautiful home online. I noticed it didn't sell. I just wanted to send you some information that can help you sell it next time. Can I do that for you?
Sure.
Okay. Let me just make sure I have the right address. I have it at 72 Townsend Street.
Yeah.
Awesome. And is there any other decision makers that you want me to address the package to? I have a Monica on here as well.
Sure.
Okay, awesome. So I have you all set. What I'll do is I'll give you a call next week just to make sure that you receive the information. And while I have you on the phone, Sig, why were you trying to sell the property? It's really beautiful.
Yeah, we actually moved to Marin, so.
Okay. So you already found another place, and that's why you're trying to sell this one?
Yep.
Okay. And on a scale from like 1 to 10, how motivated are you to sell the one on San Francisco?
It totally depends on timing and price and stuff like that. So
Timing and price.
don't need it to sell now.
Awesome. Well, I will go ahead and give you a call next week and make sure you got the package. And I hope that you have a wonderful rest of the night.
You too. Thank you. Bye.
Okay, analyze yourself here.
Okay. Well, first, I think that I should have moved a little bit quicker in the beginning.
Yes.
I got a little bit off script.
Yes.
And I honestly had to control myself. I was so excited. I actually talked to somebody because I hadn't barely talked to anybody in 4 days. So I was like, oh my God, there's a person. And he said, yes, I'm just being honest. I was like, yay. So I kind of, that threw me off. I was excited.
No, that's normal. That's normal. There's nothing wrong
But I was
with
like,
that.
yay.
Yeah.
And then when he said, I should have dug in a little bit more when he said price and timing. I feel like I could have been a more conversational right there.
Yeah.
At that point, I could have said, okay, well, maybe what's the right timing that you're looking for? I think I could have maybe.
Or you could have just said,
gotten a little more.
you could have just said, well, look at, what if you could get the right price now? Would you be a 10?
Okay.
Because if you are, what I'd like to do is send Eli out to take a look at it to see if he thinks he could get you the price now.
Right.
Just calm down. See, when you don't calm down, that's what happens, right? You can't be practical anymore. But I get it. That's what the hard part about telemarketing. Hello, nobody.
Right.
Nobody. Hey!
Yeah, because it had been 4 days since there were like 4 days.
Brandy, it's like
where I barely talked to anybody.
it's like sitting on a deserted island and the plane comes by. I got it. I'm empathetic, but you're going to have to learn to control that. So you have to go from that amateur moment to pro, right? Just saying, This is what happens, and I just got to turn pro here. You do great. There's nothing wrong. Technically, you're good. As you've critiqued yourself in the past, drop all the awesomes, and those are all the resets.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah. You're better off just to put your finger on the script, right? Where am I? Right. So that if you feel like you're getting lost and you're going to those things, technique would be put your finger on the script and see where you are. Right.
Go right back to the motherboard.
You got it. Don't leave home without it, really, because
I trust the process.
Yeah. Well, it just helps you stay in line and helps you turn pro. See, in the beginning, those are the cheat methods. Keep my hand on the script so that I don't lose my place. And so I know where I was. But because then the intuitive moment came and you just were kind of bungled up. Now you can do it the next time you call. Hey, the last time I was, called before I sent you the information, I was just thinking to myself, what if you got the right price now? I mean, how do you know you can't? What if I were to send Eli out and he could give you some, some feedback on whether he thinks he could get it now or not? What do you have to lose? You got his insights on top of the information I sent you. It's just very logical. But the call is good. It's the same stuff. But you're much better. You're becoming more trainable to stay to the words. But that's a common theme here today. People dropping words, adding words. Don't do that. We tried to make this thing so dang precise for you all that you don't need to do that. Right? I mean, we're trying to get Goldilocks to write the script for us. It's just right. Right? And if in a thematic way we see it's not just right, well, we're going to go grind. And that's why I invite the telemarketers from time to time, if you want to really see that process happening and be part of it. And listen, I'll invite you on mastermind calls, but listen, do a lot of listening, right? Because we got people in this group that have been at it for years and we know how to have that process. But you're welcome on those calls to listen, to see how we do this, because it's for you, right? It's for you.
I really enjoy that. I would appreciate that.
Sure. Good. You bet. Any of you telemarketers or salespeople are welcome to eavesdrop on Thursdays. The true mastermind grind. It's hard. We sweat on Thursdays. It's tough. I'll tell you, 90 minutes yesterday trying to do something this big. Whew.
I was on one of them and it helped me so much.
Good.
And it was so informative and I took a ton of notes.
Well, sometimes it can feel like a sharp stick in the eye if you've never disciplined yourself like that before. To work on a business is brutally difficult when you're inclined towards sales or phone work, right? You don't wake up going, I can't wait to manage the heck out of my business, but we have to. Nobody's coming for us is our theory, right? So you're welcome there. All right, let me keep going. Good job, though. You're improving and you're dropping some of that, noise that you make because you're so high and you're so likable. It's just what you do. But you'll be plenty likable with less words, right? And you'll not get lost. I mean, a lot of that's confusing you, by the way, not them.
Yeah, because it throws me off of my track when I can be in a very simple flow, get to the point, get them off the phone, get the package or the appointment, or get my result. That's what I want to do.
Amen, sister. All right, here we go. Russell.
I'm here.
Hello?
Hi, Mike.
Yes.
Hi, this is Russell with Wise Barth and Associates. I'm calling because I saw you registered on our property search website. I want to make sure we're sending you the right properties. Is that okay?
Sure.
Great. So I see here that you have Seattle as your area of choice. Do you have any other areas in mind?
Well, surrounding communities would be good too.
Surrounding communities, okay. What price range did you have in mind?
Oh, 800,000 in that area.
Around 800,000. Okay. Well, I can send you I can set up a general search for you to receive property updates, and I'll check back with you next week to make sure you're getting them. By the way, the email address I have is ndsupernetnet.com.
ndsupernetnet.com.
Oh, it's ndsupernetnet.com.
Yes.
Okay. It's Milburn, Milburn, right?
Correct.
Okay. For some reason it bounced, but we'll try that again. But by the way, while I have you on the line, why were you looking to make a move?
Well, we have moved. We're in an Airbnb right now.
Oh, okay.
And we're just looking around for a house of our own.
I see. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how motivated are you to find a place?
Very motivated.
All right. So are you looking to buy as soon as you find the right place, or did you need some time to get ready?
Well, we're ready to buy.
Ready to buy now. Okay. Do you have a realtor to help you out when the time is right?
Yes, we do.
Oh, you do? Okay. Are you 100% committed with that agent?
Well, he's with the company my wife is working for.
I see. So like some type of relocation company that company's working with. Okay, so you got to work with them then.
Yes.
All right, Russell. In spite of the fact that the result is not what you hoped for, real good. Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah, real good. Your discipline, your pace, your tone, it's just real good, and it's effective. You come to a clear conclusion. No team owner, company owner could ever fault that kind of result. It's clear why not, right? And you hit, and for the earlier call that we did with Sicily, Sicily, if you're still on, is an example of service to the buyer. It's perfect, right? Without being over the top. Okay. Sam.
Hola.
Here we go.
Hey, James, real quick, maybe we can get that script and work on that.
Hang on, Lee.
Hello.
Hello. Hi, is this Mr. Johnson?
Yes, it is.
Hi there, this is Sam. I'm calling from the Beardo Group. I'm calling because we wanted to thank you for using our website, SonomaCountyListings.com, to look at some properties online. So we wanted to make sure that we were sending you the correct properties. I have here that you're looking in Windsor for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath for no more than $900,000. Is that correct?
That's correct. And actually, I really do appreciate you sending me those properties. And I've been up a few times and got a little more familiar with Windsor, how it's laid out.
Good.
Oh,
and,
well, I'm so happy to hear that.
I'm probably not going to be able to really do anything until April. But,
Until April? Okay, that's fine. I was going to ask, do you want me to add anything to your criteria?
no, is that pronounced Rada Road? A-R-A-T-A.
Okay.
Is that the correct pronunciation?
Okay. I was having trouble hearing him, so I just agreed. And are you only looking for single family homes?
Yes, I have a home in Concord that I would have to sell first, but over here, these homes are going in less than 10 days to 12 days.
Oh.
There's multiple offers, so it's.
So you already have the property listed?
Pardon me?
You already have the property listed? Is that what you're saying?
No, I don't.
Oh.
I don't. I was. It's probably not a problem, but I'm just saying that I can't really take action until about the 1st of April.
About the 1st of April. Okay. All right. Perfect. So what I'd like to do is mail you a package of information that will help you buy the best property at the best price.
Good.
So what is the best mailing address for me to go ahead and send you that?
5460.
Good.
A.M. Concord, California 94521.
21. Okay, all right, perfect. And you're thinking of buying because you would need to sell the property, correct? You're just thinking of relocating?
I'd have to sell this property first, but I don't think that's a problem.
Okay, all right, perfect. So I'll go ahead and send that to you, Mr. Johnson. What would be your first name? All I have here is R. Johnson, just for me to address you correctly.
Robert.
Robert, okay. All right, awesome, Robert. So I'll go ahead and mail you that. And I'll give you a call in a week just to make sure that you receive the package.
Good.
Is there anything that has caught your eye, or do you have any questions about the properties we've been sending you?
No, I really appreciate it. I've got a pretty good idea of what you can get for between 700 and 900, and I'm pretty confident with that. Nice properties there.
All right. Well, I'm so happy to hear that. I'll go ahead and mail you that over, and I'll give you a call in a week. And if you see anything that you like, or if you have any questions about the properties, you can feel free to call me or text me, okay?
Okay. Well, thanks, Jonathan. Would you please?
What? I'm sorry?
Thank your associate also.
Oh, yes, of course, Sonia. She's been...
John.
John? Oh, yes, John Berto?
Yes.
Yes. He is also, yes, he is
Okay.
my boss.
Okay.
All right.
Well, thank you for the call.
Of course, Mr. Johnson. I'll be calling you.
All right, Sam. I mean, super articulate, super patient. Try to be a little bit of a better listener in the subtle moments, you know, like when he was talking about Concord, you got a little bit lost there. He was just saying, you know, stuff's going pretty quickly. You got confused. But that's a pro level critique. What I like about this, I'm going to tell you the ending is, you know, I'm not sure that we have I love that the package is going out. I love that you have another reason to call the guy, right? So this is really good. But I'm proud of you. This is so much more of a womanly patience and call. You know what I mean? You know, I hate that at the end. He's my boss, right?
Right.
I hate that. It's like somebody scratching on a chalkboard. Don't diminutize yourself, okay? You are our partners. You are our associates. That you are.
Yeah.
You're an independent contractor that's co-running a book of business with our company, us individually, whatever. Empower yourself with language. That diminutizes your value. I don't like that. Okay? So don't do it. It makes me feel creepy when somebody calls me their boss, right?
All right.
So,
yeah.
so yeah, okay. So I'm the captain of the ship. I get it. But together, you know, in this mode where we're here. Now, as your partner, all right, like, go a little bit deeper. When are you coming back up? We wouldn't want to miss the chance to get you into some of your favorites, right? That's what's missing here.
But he said he wanted to do it until April 1st.
No.
And he said that twice.
He said
so...
he might. No. Don't get defensive. Listen, that's when he says he might not be able to do something. It doesn't mean that he's not physically coming back here before then.
Yeah, right.
Don't overinterpret things. Don't put your own spin on it. Ask.
Okay.
Right? You just made an assumption. He didn't say that, Sam.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
Dig in a little bit. Hey, listen, because you got a good call going in. This is a real prospect. You appreciate you. Yikes. That's the law of reciprocity. He's saying thank you. Okay, thank me by telling me when you're coming next so that John or Sonia or somebody can get you in, right?
Right.
Cool.
Yeah, got it.
Good. Vastly improved, but it's time for you to go that pro level now. You gotta dig in and, you know, get this guy set up to be coming, or get Sonia on a phone call with this guy. Hey, listen, you know, you're pretty far along. I think I might want to get Sonia there. And also, Concord, does she know somebody down there that can help somebody, you know, come in there and give an analysis? Because I'll tell you what you become vulnerable on. If somebody goes to Concord and they list that, they say, well, who are you dealing with in Sonoma? Let me get you a referral. And now all of a sudden you're on the outside looking in.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay?
Got it.
Good. Mm-hmm. Good job, though. All right, Bruce.
Thank you.
We arrive at Bruce's. Here we go. You're welcome. Good job.
Hello? Yeah, hi, this is Mr. Fernando Galvez. Yes, I have to. My name is Bruce, and I'm calling from Stillwell. I'm calling you because I saw your beautiful home online and noticed that it didn't sell. So I'd like to send you some information that will help you sell it the next time. May I do that for you? Well, the reason it doesn't sell is because I don't want to sell it. Oh, interesting. What changed your mind?
Good.
I want to be buried in the property.
I want to be buried in the property.
I want to be
That's
buried
funny.
in the property. You want to be buried in the property. Okay, so we're talking about 8925 Brook Road, right?
He's really got you thrown off now. He's funny.
Okay, yeah, that's odd. I mean, is that permitted in that site? I grew up in McLean, and I never heard of somebody.
All right. I got to stop. You got rattled. You're too literal. He's funny. Bruce, have Lee take you to a comedy club, all right?
I was say, I actually called him back and I tried to call him out on it. I tried to call him out and say, you know, is that really legal? Is that legal there? And he didn't back down. He says, you know, I don't care. So you know, I deleted him from the list, but you know, I just thought it was like something different that I can show you. This past week, I've mostly gotten hang-ups and
yeah, good. All right, well,
and
good.
it's already been sold. So this is the only really interesting call that I had to share today.
It is, but Lee's pretty funny. Sit down and let him tell you a few jokes. It's okay to laugh because that was funny.
Amen.
All right, good job, Bruce. Here we go. Next one. Let me see. At least Lee, you and I got a kick out of that guy.
Yeah, I like that.
Me too. I told my kid the other day, I want my house to float away with me in it right here, right on the water. Float away one day. All right. Barbara, let's go. Here we go. Let's see. Let's open this up. eVoice. This is a fancy recording.
Hey, Danny, I want to say one other thing.
Hi, this is Barbara with
Yeah.
Home
We don't always have to
Business.
have perfect calls, right?
No,
Recordings.
for sure. I'm not looking for perfect. I'm looking for the ones that you struggle with. And I'm happy to celebrate a good one too. If you get a good result, you're excited. Let's share some successes here. I mean, I have to spend a lot of time critiquing to protect you, but I would love some of your successes. I have to find your successes because a lot of you don't even give yourselves a pat on the back. But if you have one and you feel it's there, go for it. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, Barbara. My name is Jennifer Jaquez, and we are going to sell our house, but I wanted to see, I started with you guys first on what you guys would offer. We plan on moving to Idaho.
Idaho, Lindsay Barlow. Referral.
Why Idaho?
Right in our group.
The work has slowed down for my husband, and California just isn't what it used to be. I understand.
It's a broken record from California.
Okay.
Going
I'm
Idaho.
sorry. I'm just getting settled. I work from home, so I'm just now getting into my office.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. It's just too transparent, right? And that was the critique that Lee himself was giving to Doug. It's too transparent. They don't need to know that. You know, I get it. I get what you're up against, Barbara. I mean, these calls are coming in rapid fire, right? So I get it. But you don't need to get settled because you need to empower yourself to say, I know what to say, right? I want you to practice maybe even being uncomfortable in the location, because when you have a We Buy franchise and these people are calling right in, right? It's you don't panic. Relax your body. Just think, right? If you have to call her back because you really do have to get settled to be of service, then that's fine. You can reset it, but say you don't have to say, "Oh, I'm just getting home and I'm doing this and I'm there." You're losing them. You know what I mean? I mean, not losing this gal necessarily, but you're losing people. It doesn't sound professional. It sounds hokey, right? So I wouldn't do this.
And I'm speaking to Jennifer, right?
Yes, and it's under my husband's name, but he's in Idaho working right now, so I figured I would get a jump on it for him.
Okay. And what's your husband's name?
Manny. Manny.
And your guys' last name?
Jaquez, I'm going to spell that for you. J-U.
Okay, and what's
I got your little flyer. I got your little flyer in the mail.
All right, our postcard. And you're calling from 722-9941, and that's 951?
Yes, correct. We're in San Jacinto.
Okay, San Jacinto.
You must be Robin McKenna?
No, actually, my name is Barbara. What happens is Robin sends all the postcards. I set the appointments, and our investor comes out to see the house and gives you the cash offer. And the address of the property is?
Barbara, is this typical that you go through all this on the calls? I mean, is it typical that you go through all these questions about the logistics first? I mean,
not necessarily. It depends on how the conversation's going. If they're very talkative at front, I just listen. But if I find that they're pausing, then I start asking the questions on the address and everything about that.
Yeah, but well, you're worried.
And then I try to.
Yeah, Barbara, you know why I'm asking? It seems like you're worried that the data that comes in from Homevestors is not good, like the phone number, the name, and all that stuff. You're doing a lot of of that before you're telling her what's in it for you, right? I mean, we're pretty far into this call, 2 minutes and 5 seconds, and I have yet to hear what's in it for her. That's a pretty long time. So my concern is, you know, I'm trying to be you and empathize with you and your experience, but the cash offer script that we have that cuts to the chase that we worked on is much more concise than this. This is 2 minutes of kind of all over the place. And here's what I would say. She says, we called you first. Now, if she calls up and says, oh, you know, hey, is this Danny Griffin? Yep, this is Danny Griffin. And I know it's a hotline. Are you calling for a cash offer? Yes, I am. We called a couple of people. Wonderful. Right? What was the reason you were trying to get the cash offer? Good. And on a scale of 1 to 10, you're motivated to sell the property at a what? Good. Wonderful. And the address is this. Is that right? Wonderful. Well, what I'd like to do is set up a time for me to come over, take a look at it, and give you that cash offer in writing. May I do that? Great. Let me just confirm. The address is this of the property. Your name is this. It just feels out of order to me. Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I understand.
You know what I mean? Let me just see if I can cheat to the scripts for a second and see what we did with the cash offer script. Yeah. So I deal with an outbound call, but we can easily make it, you know, so you can handle the pressure of an inbound, right? Which comes at a random time. I know it's the hot phone, right? So Barbara, this is Danny Griffin calling from Griffin Realty Group. I'm calling you because I saw that you were looking for a cash offer on your property. So I'm calling you because you're right. And let's see, that was back. So I'd like to connect you with our buyer specialist who will give you a cash offer in as quick as 24 hours. See how concise that is? Right?
Right.
So you just say
that is.
Yeah, you just say
that is.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you go.
I do incoming calls, so I have to really kind of to tweak that a little bit.
I know that. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm tweaking it for incoming. Okay. So it's saying, hi, who am I speaking to? Oh, Barbara? Great. I assume you're calling because you were looking for a cash offer on your property. Is that right? Yes, I am. Well, wonderful. I'd like to connect you with our buyer specialist who will give you a cash offer in as quick as 24 hours. May I do that? That's all you have to do. Right?
Okay.
That's all I have to do. Now that confirms that's what their context is for the inbound. That confirms what the benefit is with you, that the buyer specialist is going to come out and give you an offer in as quick as 24 hours. May I set that up? Wonderful. Great. May I confirm that the property address is? Boom. Wonderful. Right? Now, by the way, while I have you, why are you trying to sell it? Sound, interesting. On a scale of 1 to 10, how motivated are you? Great. Let me ask you a few questions for the buyer specialist. Now you get into the seller qualifier. 1, 2, right? Follow me. We can systematize what just happened so easily based off of this script.
Okay.
Yeah, so easily. And it never has to feel like that again. You could be caught stepping out of the shower, right? Hello? This is, hello, this is Barbara with Homevestors. Hi, this is however you guys answer, right? Hi, this is Barbara with Homevestors. Who am I speaking to, right? Oh, this is Sally. We called you first because, I assume you're calling for a cash offer. Is that right? Yes. Wonderful. Then I'd like to connect you with an appointment with our buyer specialist who will give you a cash offer in as quick as 24 hours. May I do that? Sure. That's why I'm calling you. Duh, right? See what I mean? It's so rhetorical. Great. May I confirm the address that you're thinking about selling? Now she goes and off she goes. I mean, again, if you've got the hot phone, I'd at least keep a pen and a little notepad with you so you can confirm the address, right? You know what I mean? So then you don't have to go to a computer. Yeah, just keep it handy where it's, or just on your phone, go to notes, right? Something that you can do it that's comfortable for you. And then all of a sudden, just like that, voila, we don't have anything more than inside of 60 seconds. You've already confirmed the appointment. Now, once you've confirmed the appointment, you're going to qualify it to see if it is worth the time. Wonderful. Let's get that set up. And boom, we got it set up. By the way, while I have you, why do you want to sell it? It's all, see, ultimately a seller is a seller is a seller is a seller. And if they want a cash offer, they're usually pretty motivated. So why though? And how motivated are you today? Because we've heard a lot of these home investors leads come in, especially in Scott's business, and he went out and they weren't ready right then. So qualify it now, right? So that Scott knows you're going out there, and it's important that you go out there to see him because he's going to make a decision next 60 days. He's just not going to make it when you're there, unless you can, of course, flip him, right? So we'll just take this and we'll systematize you a little bit more. But this is great. It's good to hear it because I can hear you struggling to make it.
I have an incoming home investors call. I'm going to have to
go. See you later. There it is live. She could do it right now. All right, Sarah Van. Here we go.
I received a letter in August about a house that we have in Westminster.
Yeah, she hung up. I wanted to eavesdrop. That would have been awesome, right? Okay. Anybody still out there? We're still live. We're going the distance today. Come on. I got two more. I've got Sarah Van, and then I have Ziarelli. Sarah Van still here?
I'm here.
Awesome, sister. Where's Dave Orr's call? That's neat.
Hello?
Hello, Dinesh. How are you? It's Sarah calling from Remax.
Hi, how are you?
I'm very good, sir. It's been quite some time.
Yeah, definitely. Most definitely it has.
Yeah, I know that when we had first spoken, you were just at the start of your plans and kind of getting a feel for some of the properties in Ottawa. And I see that you have narrowed down a few options. I'm definitely starting to see a bit of a trend on the properties that you do like. Now, the ones that you
The
just
first one that, I really like that 2015 one.
Okay, the one that's on Valley Castle.
Yeah, is that a nice area?
It's very nice. Anything that you're looking at towards the Riverside South area, Alta Vista, you're looking at big properties.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, even I think it was about a month ago, there was a few properties that you sent over. So it looks like you're wanting to be kind of in an estate neighborhood.
The what state? Yeah.
Yeah.
How much is the property tax on this one?
So this one for 2021 was 10,009.
10,009. Okay. It makes sense because it's a large property with good.
So now, Dinesh, tell me, what's happening on your end? I know that you were getting a couple of things organized, figuring out the job situation. What's happening now?
So for now, till February, I'm going to have care. But come February, I'm planning to be in Ottawa. I have some job options there. So I'm definitely going to look and then I'm going to proceed with everything.
Okay.
So my aim is to be in Ottawa.
Okay, so February is when you're planning to make a visit?
Yes.
Okay.
Like, I mean, around that time, when the weather warms up a little bit.
So let's say end of January then. End of January, start of February is when you're going to start. You're going to be making your visit. Now, you said that you've got a couple of job options you're going to be seeking out. Are you making that decision before you come to Ottawa? Or
No.
are you coming to the city to kind of seek out those opportunities?
Yes, both properties and job.
Okay. Now, in terms of putting an offer on something now and then negotiating a later closing date, is that an option for you?
Not at the moment, just because I have to see everything. So, I mean, my property in Ontario, Toronto should sell very easily.
That's right. That was the one thing that was kind of left before you were able to kind of put money to the next one. Okay. Now, do you have that one for sale now? There's a for sale sign up?
No, I mean, but I know it will probably be about close to 1.7, 1.8.
Okay. Okay. So, well, I mean, in the meantime, let's just continue what we're doing. At least you're looking at things, and I like that you have narrowed down, what you're looking at. Whereas before, it was just kind of the start of your search, and you weren't really quite sure. But I'm glad you're getting to see more of what is out there. And
is it more towards the city or outside in the outskirts?
So, if I do a map, if I go.
All right, I'm going to grab you here for a second. Critique yourself first.
One, when I re-listen to my calls, I can definitely hear my tonality and my speed improving. It definitely feels a little bit more natural to take my time when I'm on the phone. I think one of the things I do struggle with is I get to a point when I am dealing with a prospect is at what point should I be tagging an OSA in? Because what ends up happening is I do a lot of follow-up until the person's pretty much ready to go and look at a house.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk about a couple of things here. I feel you struggling to figure that out, right? So you're asking me today, and as I listen to the call, I feel the struggle. I feel like you're trying to, and it ends up being too many words to try to just get a straightforward answer. It's sort of the passive-aggressive way of getting your answer, right? And it's you're sort of leading the witness without just asking the witness, hey, did you shoot him? Right? You know what I mean? The fewest amount of words that we can do this in, the better the experience for everybody. So I'm not so sure you can go back. See, I got lost in so many words. Why is he moving?
He's moving his medical practice here to Ottawa, and his partner lives on the Quebec side in past Montreal, and so they're getting a place together. He's coming down first to buy a place because he's got a few job opportunities.
Okay, so when is he coming?
In February, so end of January, start of.
Okay, so the same advice that I just gave to Sam. When will you be here next?
Okay.
You're asking a lot of, because we're asking somebody to go into their vision, and you know he's asking you now to describe this. Say, hey, you know what? The best way for you to do this is to come visit. Do you have any plans? And we can show you 4 or 5 of your favorites. That's in the buyer plan, right? This is why we have a plan. Because when we say, look, the best thing is that we can help you, number one, get pre-approved, but it sounds like you already talked about paying cash once you sell your house. Is that right? Okay. Do you need any help with that? Because once you decide what you're going to spend, let me send you some sold properties in these areas so you can see what the money's buying. I don't hear that. And then when are you coming here next? Because it's good to get offline, even if you're not ready yet. It's good to get offline and see some of the physical properties and the addresses. I'd love to set you up with one of the agents to see a few of your favorites. When are you coming? See, if you can just get that dang, pinwheel up in your head, it doesn't sound like this because you're logically walking him through the process. You're telling him the benefit of each step because you're looking at it, you're seeing it. Otherwise, it's blah, 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 and now you're asking him to envision all of this. And now you're wondering, he's wondering. And if somebody like me comes in and cuts the chase, I steal him. Hey, when are you coming? I don't know. Can you come? Because I think if you could see a few of these, you could go back and know what we're looking at online. And then I could have the agent that meets with you. He could go out and video chat some of these. We can save you a lot of steps, but I think you need to see these places. When are you coming? And if not, let me at least get you some sold stuff. And so you can see what the money's buying. And then you can tell me which one of those would you have bought. I know you don't know the neighborhoods yet, but which one of the houses would you have bought? Because we can keep refining your criteria. It needs more precision. It needs more moving him in the direction of the process. Here's where you're at in the process. Here's where I'd like to get you. That's why you're struggling with all these words and you don't know when to get the OSA involved. Well, why would you? Because there's no time he's coming, right?
Yeah, no, 100%.
Got it?
Got it.
Yeah, try to look at, and what I would recommend is from Sarah Corey, have her download me walking through the buyer plan, sit with one in your hands and just listen to me. Listen to me walk through it, right? Because what you're doing is, all of us are doing this. We're using that visual for ourselves to simplify what comes out of our mouth. Otherwise, you get lost in these micro details. Oh, you're looking at very, 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 very big houses and estate. I'm exaggerating the point to echo it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What does that mean? Estate. I don't know what that means. And very big. Maybe I don't want to, right? It's not precise language because you're trying to describe something and most people aren't that visual. They can't do it. Say, look at. When are you going to be here? Because it's so much easier to physically show you stuff to really help you narrow down the search. In the meantime, I'm going to put together a pack of, physical solds so you get the full printout from the MLS like realtors of what's sold and what the details are, so that when I call you back and we go through it, you can tell me what you would and wouldn't like to buy, right?
Yeah, and that's another thing too. So at that point, because he is set up, because he's in Manitoba, so I've got to do it digitally, all the sold stuff. So he does get those updates. At that point, then, like, to do a follow-up call, would I be the one going through what he's looking at and asking those questions? Would you have bought one of these, or is that okay for an OSA to have that conversation?
It's too early for the OSA. The guy's not coming. You tell me one OSA on your team that wants to get on a phone call versus appointment. Come on, you know better than that, right?
Yeah.
You know that's a rhetorical, right?
Yeah.
Good luck. Good luck with that one. I think you're doing fine. I just think, again, here we go. And I know you're a veteran, but you need to be more empowered, right? Be more empowered. Get this guy by the nose and say, look, over here, do you like this one? Do you like this one? Do you like this one? Right? And when do you come in? Get in a plane. Come over here. Stop doing this digitally. Right?
Okay. No, I like that a lot.
Good. Good job, though. Good job.
Thanks,
it's nothing wrong with this. It's just like on and on and on. And it leaves too many calls today that we listen to leave us in a nebulous place. I want you all to feel empowered. Stay to the script. But once you have the bull by the horns, yank them down to the ground, right?
Yeah, and that's what it is. I think it's just, for me, sometimes I like to hear what the right verbiage is going to be in order to get me there and just be a little bit more efficient.
Yeah, okay. All right, Ziarelli, you're not here. Jake, are you not here? Because I'm going to pass on this one. I think they left. All right, good. Listen, enough. 90 minutes. Good job. Really good. I mean, this is just, bravo. I'm proud of all of you for grinding this out. And just keep these calls coming because it helps everybody. And remember, on Thursdays at 1 EDT, if you want to sit in the bleachers and watch us grind this out and be part of that creative process and understand why we're doing this for you, why we're so adamant about precision, it's not because we have some ego in the chase here. We're listening. We're going back to the lab. We're listening, going back to the lab. We're trying to get everything as precise and simple as possible so that you don't have to work that hard to get the result that you want. Okay? That's the purpose, but we're nowhere without these recorded calls. So good job, all. Have a great weekend. Keep practicing this stuff. I'll see you on the other side.
Thanks, Dan.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you. Thank you, Danny.
You're welcome,
Thank
all.
you.